Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.
I'm Michael Burke, and this is Money Talks. Hi, I'm at the new Seebecks with co-owner Vicki Seebeck, and we are at 402 Main Street in Downtown Racine. Vicki, you opened in March of this year, is that right?
That is correct.
And this is, for the longtime Racine people, this is the former Avenue Gallery and Frame. It became available after its owner, Brad Herring, died last summer. So you co-own this with your husband, John. And this is kind of a spin-off. It's a second store, so why don't you just tell us where you two got started and where you have your other store?
The big long story, huh? We've been in business 23 years. I am a Kenosha girl. John's from Milwaukee. I had been away, but we moved back to Kenosha and opened up Seebeck Gallery. And that was in 1992.
Mm-hmm.
That
was in downtown Kenosha,
That
right?
was started in downtown Kenosha, yes. And then we moved out to the west side of Kenosha, which is actually Pleasant Prairie.
And by the way, what's your background?
My background is graphic design. I graduated from MIAD, which is the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, and my first job was at Milwaukee Magazine.
Oh.
Now, funny thing about Milwaukee Magazine is I had a little column called Miscellaneous, where I literally went all around Milwaukee and shopped for different items, unique things, and
Fun job.
it was very fun. So it's kind of funny how now here I am shopping for items for the store here.
Oh, yeah.
So that's sort of my forte. I actually have friends who wouldn't even shop with me because I would just shop and shop and shop. So I don't have time for that now, Mick. But anyhow, so that's my background was graphic design, and I did work in the magazine industry for 8 years.
Well, obviously you have a successful track record with your other store. Why did you want to come to downtown Racine as well?
You know, we knew Brad as an acquaintance. He was just the nicest guy. I also knew that he had some equipment. So we inquired about the equipment, and then one thing led to another, and pretty soon we were opening up a second location, which I debated over and over again.
Well, so it's obviously you do custom framing, and we know you sell art. We know you sell gifts. When somebody calls, if somebody called you and said, "Oh, what does your shop do or offer?" What quick answer do you give them?
Well, we sell fine art, custom framing, and a variety of gallery gifts. 80% of our items in here are made in the United States, so we represent probably around 120 different artists from really North America, because I do have some Canadian artists. So I kind of call us a gift gallery.
Okay. Well, why don't we take a look at some of what you have?
Sure.
Vicki, I love these clocks. What can you tell us about them?
This is Leonie Lecote out of upstate New York, and I have to say she has been one of our best sellers so far since we opened this location.
I can see why.
I love the swing of the pendulum. She uses different materials, as you can see, copper, wood, painted wood, and they add a lot to a little more on the contemporary side, but they're very different and unique.
And there's a big difference, too, between the two on
You
either
bet.
side of you there.
Yeah, this one's called Spike. So it's got that wonderful little triangle cutout instead of a more traditional circular cutout.
Well, I know you have a fondness for this pottery. Is that the right word?
It would be called pottery or ceramics,
Okay.
yes.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
This is a brand new artist for us, Jen Stein. What fascinated me when I saw her work was the fact that Now she has all of this intricate pattern in her pottery, right? But to get that pattern, she is carving what she calls a roulette or a donut with a repeating pattern, and then that gets rolled into the back of the soft clay so that the impression comes out the front. And then she ends up glazing it, and I just thought I thought it was a lot of work for one thing, but
And then
it
here's
fascinated
one with
me.
Yeah, this one is little sailboats, kind of on the edge of a lake or an ocean.
Yes, yes.
And
I
here-
thought
here
they
are
were beautiful.
seashells.
Some seashells and the frogs, and it is a little more on the traditional side. Her glazes are very traditional, but the process I thought was just fascinating.
Where's she from?
Just fascinating. I believe that she's in the Ohio area.
Okay. Vicki, the first time I was here, this grouping really caught my eye. So what are we looking at here?
Well, I have to say he is one of my favorite artists, and personally too. He's a pretty young guy. I'm going to guess in his 30s, out of Atlanta, Georgia. These are literally copper formed over a box shape, but it's enamel. So he's using powdered glass on a flat sheet of copper. So first he does his design. Then he makes almost like stencils. So think about silk screening or things like that. So he'll lay down his different color patterns, and he'll literally sprinkle this powdered glass, and then he'll sprinkle another color, and then he'll sprinkle another color. He'll take the flat piece of copper, and he's going to put it in a kiln, and once it gets fired, it turns into glass. So these are called spirit tiles. Now, the nice thing about them is you can hang them on a wall, or they can literally just sit on a shelf. This one would make a great graduation gift, because on each one of these tiles, he puts a quote. So this one was penned by Mary Oliver, and it says, "What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" So these are about $100 a piece, and they make great gifts. They make great gifts we sell them for weddings, we sell them for graduations,
That's not bad
birthdays.
for all the work that goes into these.
So there is
turn out great.
a lot of work to them. As you can see, too, we have a full wall of them here.
A lot of different topics.
But we don't have every one that he makes. So, I mean, he does quite a few.
Yeah, just look at the
Quite a
topics.
few.
You've got astronomy, you've got dogs, music,
Yeah.
beach scene, sailing,
Yep.
a lot of
family,
biking,
love.
a lot of different things here.
Yes, so his name is Houston Liu, and he is definitely one of my favorites. If you do Google him, you can find him on YouTube, where he is demonstrating how he does this technique. But we've gotten great response from him so far.
Yeah, I can see why. I know that jewelry is an important part of your business, so why don't you just talk about that a little bit? And this is a particular bit of jewelry that I thought was just very cool. So what is that?
Well, I do have to say that jewelry is a huge part of our business, and it might be because really our customer is probably 80% women. So and we love jewelry. We love jewelry. We have probably about 15 different jewelry artists here that are all made in the States. This is Daphne Olive, so these are amazing.
I love those.
These are all laser cut, and she works in different metals, but she's got just wonderful patterns and shapes here. She's got a steel, and she also has a gold overlay.
And I know you also are proud of the fact that you carry Pandora jewelry.
We also carry Pandora, you bet, you bet. Pandora has been very, very great to have here because it's a branded jewelry line. So people might not know about Daphne Olive, but they have heard about Pandora. And it gets them in the store, and they're like, wow, oh, look at all this that you have. And they end up finding all sorts of other items. So Pandora has been just a treat to carry.
Well, Vicki, this is one of my favorites in your store, so tell us what we're looking at here with this interesting table and chair arrangement.
Well, this is Brad Smith out of Pennsylvania, a real small woodworker shop. And his whole style is based off of the pitchfork and, sort of, I guess, farm implementations. These are, what's the correct word for that? Implements, yeah. So these are carved. I think he first started with axe handles. Now he's actually got his machinery set up to carve the legs to look just like axe handles, and then he uses the pitchforks as the backs. We have this table here in the gallery because we take custom orders off of this. You can have a table that's almost any length.
Oh, interesting.
Smaller, longer. Chairs also. He does bar stools and all sorts of different items. But it's beautifully, beautifully done. Solid cherry.
It really is.
And we're happy to have it here.
Well, Vicki, the best of luck with the store. It's really a beautiful store, and I hope people come and take a look for themselves. And by the way, before we go, why don't you just tell people when they can come and visit?
Our hours are Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4, and we are open on Sundays now from noon to 4 for June, July, and August. We also participate in all of the First Friday events, and I believe we're open till 9 o'clock then.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being on Money Talks.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.